Where the government has gone rogue and citizens need protection, we have a special agent. This insurance agent has the unique ability to write a policy for whatever the eventuality may be. Mark Downs is an efficiency expert, but also has the distinct honor to be able to insure anything. He can write policies akin to the Lloyd's of London, but instead of the diamond or the hand model, they're a little different. The agent for Faere Insurance writes policies for more esoteric situations, like asteroid strikes or Supreme Court malfeasance. Mark Downs, along with his assistant, Nils Consort, will provide the assessment and provision of these specialized policies.
You know, Nils, given the present state of global affairs, the corporate entitlement, we may be surprised to find insurance is the last bastion against waste, fraud, and mismanagement.
Yes, Mark. I can see why we've gotten rid of all the actuarials. Greed, mismanagement, fraud, corruption. That's what governments and businesses run on today.
Yet we at Faere Agency always ask the question, why guess when we can know? Remember, we're data-driven, and we can ensure even that.
Yes. Here at Faere Agency, we are fair. At least as much as you can be, considering it's insurance.
Indeed so. By the way, I've got some asteroid strike policies that I need you to look at. Remember, we insure against any and all inevitabilities.
Yeah, and by the way, that reminds me, after you left the office yesterday, a message came through regarding a policy that had to do with recent Supreme Court rulings, judicial malfeasance?
Oh yes, that's the Dobbs v. Jackson fallout that we had anticipated. The women without care. Oh my goodness. We're going to have to adjust all our policies accordingly.
I agree.
On this particular day, Mark's first appointment of the morning finds him having beers to gain the trust of Union Representative Tug Bullnose.
I've got a feeling the guys are going to be on board with this new contract. This new insurance policy covers unfair labor practices. That kind of stuff is ruining the union.
Well, I think it would be very prudent at this time to talk about expanding your coverage, Tug. I've heard about this efficiency measure. I think it's going to have a meat cleaver effect, and it's going to hurt the working man. They've already defunded the VA, Medicare, Medicaid. They've even stopped the research at the NIH.
All I heard is there's a special advisor. The guy's not even an elected official, and he's heading the department with a bunch of 20-year-old techie dorks.
Well, we're going to need to beef up your coverage with the barricade policy. It insures against these specific types of illegal intrusions, and it's a veritable fortress against human rights violations.
I know the soybean farmers have already felt the loss of those surcharge debacles when they were playing that game. Did you know we owned 97% of the soybean market in China before the surcharges? Afterwards, 53%. And I'll tell you something, we're not getting that 44% back.
Well, you know, I have had the occasion to write this policy a few times for those who had the foresight to apply for the coverage. However, in the eventuality of a new administration, I think we should offer you our King George III policy in case of any monarchy hunger, for example, or imperial incursions.
Following a well-deserved lunch, Mark meets for coffee with Esther Waters, the owner of Complete Shores, a company involved with commercial crab operations and the mating of humpback whales.
You know, Ms. Marks, given the rising sea level and the climatological conditions creating these extreme weather events, the tsunamis, the tidal waves, the glacial meltdowns, I think it would be prudent if I offered you some extended coverage on your policy.
Well, Mr. Downs, in addition to asteroid strike coverage, I've been thinking about a total lithospheric shift and would really love for you to provide coverage for it. It will be just like the coverage you wrote for the ethylene oxide exposures to those warehouses I was overseeing. Do you recall?
Oh, yes, that
Not
real
too
estate
far
issue.
ago. Yes, yes, yes.
The Fukushima incident only had to happen once, and I've been writing a policy pretty much every year since. I think I might be able to recommend our Chicken Little policy. That's anything from the sky, falling or not.
Okay, well, there's really potential for some serious damage, and just want to make sure we're covered, you know? We'll have to make sure we have enough coverage for EPA and NOAA. I just don't know if we're going to have enough funding to be able to ensure we're accounted for all of the things that could destroy us, but, it's just something we have to consider.
We'll make it as affordable as possible, Ms. Waters. I think the Faere Agency can write you a reasonably feed policy. Your premiums won't be too extreme. And what I foresee is combining you and your sister's policy to cover all sorts of conditions up to and including an illegal operating government.
Okay, well, do these policies cover the disappearing ice caps? We have to make sure we have complete coverage for complete shores, okay? And I think it may be time for my sister and I to start sharing some of our documents with you, but she's really much more of a risk taker. I mean, wouldn't you agree?
I think, Ms. Waters, you can rest assured I'll write a policy where it covers you and your sister for anything that comes, any contingency possible, up to and including the administration coming to power.
Okay, just so you know, I'm in the process of securing water rights to some additional parcels, and I just don't want to be exposed. At the very least, I want to protect and cover my own investments. I mean, ownership really is the only way to conservation, right?
Indeed.
Yeah. So, thank you.
You're welcome.
Like so many other heroic insurance agents, Mark is ready to respond to crisis. Now he heads to an extra appointment after yet another mishap with one of his more accident-prone clients.
Oh, damn it, I fell again, Mark. I can't seem to beat gravity. I need to find a way to be supervised or something.
You've got to be more careful, James. The Faere Agency has been insuring your family for 2 generations. And Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid might not be there for you when you're an older man. I think we've got to consider supplemental insurance for you.
I was hoping for a young hot nurse to take care of me. Either that or a protective Michelin Man suit so that when I fall, I'll be okay.
Well, it's coverage of a kind. However, there are other kinds of coverage. I think our Lazarus policy would be just right for you.
That one sounds pretty interesting. Could you tell me more about it?
Yes, our Lazarus policy is in fact transcendent. We often think about insurance in this life. We don't think about insuring ourselves in the afterlife. The Lazarus policy allows you to, in effect, take it with you, so long as your estate keeps up with the premiums, you'll be covered.
Even after 3 grueling appointments, Mark's day is not yet complete. Now, it's back to the office to file all the necessary paperwork to ensure these clients are well cared for into the future.
You know, Nils, it's been a very profitable week here at Faere Agency, insuring against all those things that won't ever really happen. I mean, after all, the Supreme Court will follow the rule of law. Congress will go after the executive should they try and grab the purse strings. Those multi-billionaires, big tech, pharmaceuticals, social media corporations, they'll all go on, business as usual, untaxed, unfettered, at the expense of the other people.
Yes. It feels like we have certainly done right by all of those folks. I wanted to ask you, would it be possible for us to go ahead and do my performance evaluation now while we're still covered?